Okay, so we're now both recording. This is episode 20. Can you believe 20?
20.
Wow.
That's like 2 times 10.
You're a
I was not a math teacher.
Mathlete, right here, actually. So,
EdTech Sandwich, yummy!
okay, welcome back. This is episode 20. Brett Foster, episode 20. Can you
20? Someone told me that was 2 times 10.
Absolutely. And episode 20 of EdTech Sandwich, and of course you know what we do at EdTech Sandwich. We have our favorite food, which of course is...
Sandwiches.
Brett, where's your sandwich from and what do you have?
Somebody, we're actually, before we start, let's say we're recording this live right now at the Kentucky 1-to-1 BYOD Institute. And maybe somebody in the crowd can tell me the correct pronunciation of this name. Is it Kosi or Kosai? Or that place that's...
I heard a yes.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to call it Kosi because I like being Kosi. And I have a Tuscan pesto chicken sandwich.
Oh, you're going to love that all day. And I actually have the turkey brie from the same sandwich shop. And of course, if it's a sandwich, I love it. And so I'm looking forward to getting into the turkey brie as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Fits right in. So, Brett, I want to start off with a really great app that Naomi Cornett in Owen County shared with me, and I think a group of school districts in our northern region of Kentucky kind of get together and talk about apps. They've talked about this idea of an appy hour with teachers, which is an awesome idea. And I see some folks out here that do some of that as well. So this app is called Simple Transfer. And it's, I've used other apps like this. And of course, when I shoot video or pictures or images, I want to quickly get them onto my computer so I can do something with them. Simple Transfer allows me to do that without using a dongle, without using a cord. So I just simply, using Simple Transfer on my iPhone, I launch the app. I put an IP address in, which it tells me what to do on my computer, and then pull images and videos straight over to my computer without having to connect. It's a great, simple app.
Excellent. I like that. So can it sync also with other services like Flickr or any other services at the same time?
No, it's simple.
Okay.
Brett, what do you have?
You know how you were saying that you get a lot of your ideas from other people? Well, this one is... I learned from Aaron Wagner at our regional meeting just a couple of weeks ago, and it's called Doodle. And Doodle, I don't know if you've ever used it or not, it's a free online service that allows you to schedule meetings with multiple people. How many times have you had a meeting that you need to schedule with 4 or 5 people, and you're trying to get the time that everybody can meet, and you got an email strand of maybe 15 or 20 messages? What Doodle does is very simple. Is you go in and you can create a meeting and the times that are time options, and then everybody sends an email out to those people and everybody votes. And so the meeting time that everybody that can meet at, the most number of people can meet at, well then you got a real quick way of kind of polling those people to see what time you can meet, and then you can automatically enter it to your schedule. It's not it's not a groundbreaking thing, but it also saves a lot of time in emails and confusion of meeting times. So,
especially when you're working with folks from outside of your school district.
Exactly.
Maybe folks from higher ed or whatever. I've used the service before, love it. It's an easy, simple way to go about that. So you know what I have up next? It's something I'm really liking. This is the Logitech BCC 950 conference cam. I actually am using this camera right now. It has a nice remote. That works pretty well. So if you set it up in the corner of a classroom or whatever, and you can use your remote to direct the camera. And so right now it has 180. So everybody do the wave, woohoo! Yeah, live at KISTI. There we go.
We're not at KISTI.
We're KISTI sponsored event with University of Kentucky and the College of Ed. Yeah. So this camera is awesome because it works really well with Skype. It works really well with Google Hangouts. I use it a lot with Link Online. And so It's a nice camera for open space.
Does it have a microphone built into it as well?
It actually has a 360-degree microphone, and so it's great to sit on the center of a table. And then the speaker, it also has a speaker that gets pretty loud. And so it's a really, really great product.
I can see that being useful in like maybe recording like some type of budget meeting or something like
Absolutely.
that for a school district where everybody's sitting around a table and documenting that. So if you need to use that for some type of litigation purposes.
Whoa, yeah.
Very cool. I like that.
What else you got?
You know, something that I really try to do in my life is simplify things. And one of the things that I've ran across is a little app called Notesy. It's not new, but it's been around for a while, but it's really cool. And what it is, it's a note-taking app. Marty, you have that on your computer, so you can pull that up.
Yep.
It's a note-taking app for iOS, and what it does is anytime you put a note into there, it creates a folder and a file in Dropbox for that note. So when I get back to my office, if I have taken notes as doing a walkthrough like the other day, I did a walkthrough of about 8 or 9 classrooms, took all my notes on my phone, and then when I got back to my office, there they were in Dropbox, a nice little file for me, in a plain text file, and I went and copied and pasted that and put it into an email and emailed it back to the teacher. The teachers that I did walkthroughs with. So it's simple. It isn't the cheapest app for doing something so simple like that. It's like $5, but it's a great way with, like you said, your pictures just showed up on your computer. It's made it real simple.
Right.
When I get back to my office, there they are in a Dropbox folder waiting for me. So it's very simple, very useful. And we have administrators now doing their walkthroughs with it as well.
Right.
So
Awesome. Next, what I have, and I was looking for a product like this for a while. It come to mind, you have an Apple TV and you want to mount it somewhere, and you want to mount it in a nice way. I had rigged a mount that just, it's kind of sloppy looking. This is called a Total Mount, and it is $16.99, so it's very cheap. Yeah, and very lightweight, but it looks really nice, and it gets that, and it also has brackets so you can mount it on the back side of a flat panel TV or a wall, and so it works really well, and it's simple. Again, I think today's theme is simple.
right.
What else you have?
I have Velcro strips on the back of my Apple TV on the back.
Yeah, you could use one of these.
I could. This last week in technology, there were some major announcements that came out.
Right on.
We have a new Surface from Microsoft. We also have a new line of iPads and MacBooks from Apple. And I think it's interesting right now that every once in a while just kind of take a step back and looking at the devices that are available to us as educators, and especially now when we have some new refreshes of technologies that we're familiar with. How does that play? I mean, how does the new iPad Air, how does that play in your decision making now in what devices you're going to purchase for your classrooms? As well as, what I found very interesting was that Apple kept the iPad 2 alive.
Right on.
Which is a much older piece of technology.
I think everybody collectively went, huh?
Yeah, it's like, wow. So I would be interested if anybody in our audience would like to participate right now to ask you that question. These announcements that came out last week, how does that jog your or how's it kind of stimulated your rethinking of what types of devices you're going to be looking at purchasing over the next couple of years? Did it not change anything? Are these types of tablet devices something that you feel are not as significant to the classroom now as maybe things like Chromebooks or other devices or standard laptops? So would anybody like to have any type of comment, how their reaction to these announcements this past week and how that's impacted their thinking on purchasing? And that's fine. You don't have to. Yes. So Marty, what was your initial reaction to it when that announcement came out?
I think I thought right away that the iPad 2 being available still is interesting to me. It's either A, trying to get rid of some parts and inventory that's around, or B, trying to find that lower price point that I think everybody's after is a lower price point with that long battery life for students. I mean, especially for students, right? It's an all-day adventure.
And some of the commentaries that I was listening to, I think I was listening to Mac Break Weekly, and one of the panelists on there today said, this is directed strictly towards education. Has to be.
Yeah.
It's the edge. This is the educational iPad, and for an educator, to me, that was someone speaking from a technology standpoint. I didn't see that at all because the technology is so dated, as well as we got a new operating system that just came out. It will work on the iPad too. However, the technology driving that piece of software is 10 times slower than the latest version of iPad. So I don't know. I think it's definitely something to kind of step back and reconsider.
Man, I definitely do not want our students, having outdated technology in their hands, right out of the box. But
did they announce the price point? I didn't see.
The iPad 2, yeah, it's $399.
Still $399.
It is $399.
Like the one on Nexus 7.
No, it's still $399.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see maybe a $229 of the iPad 2 or something like that, but no, it's still $399, which is $100 less than the iPad Air that just was announced. And you're getting 10 times the processor and 64-bit operating system.
You went real technical there. I like it.
That's
good stuff.
I need to take a nap now.
One other thing that I wanted to share, across the state of Kentucky, we all got our email accounts are in the process of getting upgraded, and it looks different in the web browser. I've switched over to trying to stay everything in the cloud, whether it's with my personal or work, and so I've tried to stay all in a browser.
Right.
And so I'm functioning that way totally. So right now, as you can see, now have a 50 gig inbox, which is pretty cool. But the one thing I really wanted to show is this really cool thing that I discovered. And I don't know if anybody in our live audience, pretty cool, good job, congratulations. But I don't know if you have this problem, but I often send an email to somebody referencing an attachment, and then I forget to attach the attachment. And I see a lot of head shaking, so that's cool. So I want you to see real quick, I'm going to start a new message, potentially.
That's one of the things I've noticed in the new migration. It is a little bit slower right now, but I'm sure it's a lot of back-end work happening right now.
Yeah, currently going on as we speak, actually. So Brett, I'm going to send you this email.
Excellent.
And I'm going to say meeting. But in the email body itself, I'm actually going to type, please see the attachment. And I'm going to hit send. And I get this message that says, you may have forgotten to attach a file. And the very first time I did that, I thought, now wait a second, that's a pretty cool little, so it kind of does that recognition of the text.
I like that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
There's one of the CIOs in Region 4 discovered in her body of her email, she had, to the teacher, said, please remind students of this upgrade, and it automatically created a task.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's kind of using natural language in the message box to kind of know what you're trying to accomplish.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't met that, it lets you know you're incompetent. I love that. I need that.
Yeah, you need reminders.
I need that reminder all the time.
Yeah. My wife does a good job when she'll watch this episode.
Exactly.
So Brett, do you have anything else?
That's all I got right now. But hey, guys, thank you all so much for participating in the live EdTech Sandwich.
Live here at the University of Kentucky One-to-One and BYOD Institute. I'll edit the other thing out later. Sponsored by Kisti and a lot of our vendor partners. So thank you very much, and we hope you have a good rest of the day. Sandwich time.
All right. Enjoy.
Go.
EdTech Sandwich, yummy!